The Art of Emotional Resilience, a guide to understanding, accepting, and transforming your emotions. Introduction. The fragile landscape of American emotions. Let me tell you about Emily. She's a young professional living in Chicago, and like many people, she finds herself easily upset by the smallest inconveniences: a missed text from a friend, a tough meeting with her manager, a rude comment from a stranger on the subway. Emily often feels swept away by waves of anxiety, anger, sadness, and even guilt, and these emotions seem to linger far longer than she'd like. Sometimes she finds herself blaming others, sometimes herself. The truth is, Emily's story is not unique. Many Americans in our fast-paced, interconnected world find themselves at the mercy of their emotions. Our culture, with its relentless pursuit of productivity and connection, can amplify emotional sensitivity, leaving us more vulnerable to the ups and downs of daily life. But what if I told you that managing these emotions, regardless of their intensity or frequency, is an art you can learn? As a teacher of psychology and philosophy, my goal is to help you understand that your emotional world is not a prison, but a landscape you can learn to navigate with skill, compassion, and resilience. This guide is the fruit of years spent studying, teaching, and counseling individuals just like you. So, let's embark on this journey together. Chapter 1. Why Emotional Instability Feels So Overwhelming. Imagine waking up on a Monday morning, already feeling anxious about the week ahead. You spill your coffee. The traffic is terrible. Your boss, Mr. Richardson, sends you a terse email. Please see me in my office. Suddenly your mind is racing. What did I do wrong? Am I going to get fired? People who lack emotional stability, like our friend Emily, often get swept up in these small storms. They find themselves thinking, why am I always so upset? Why can't I just move on? Their emotions are sensitive and intense. They tend to be deeply affected by what others say or do. And negative feelings like anger, anxiety, sadness, or self-blame can easily take root and grow. In psychology, we call this a lack of emotional resilience. It's as if your psychological immune system is underdeveloped, leaving you more vulnerable to every little emotional germ that comes your way. Chapter 2. The Mistakes We Make with Emotions. Most people, when faced with uncomfortable emotions, reach for two classic but misguided tools: suppression and distraction. 1. Suppression, the white bear problem. Let's try a simple experiment together. Close your eyes for 10 seconds. You can think about anything: your favorite vacation spot, a happy memory, a loved one. But whatever you do, don't think about a white bear. Did you picture it? Most people do. This famous experiment, conducted by psychologist Daniel Wegner, shows us a simple truth. The more we try to suppress an idea or emotion, the more powerful it becomes. When you tell yourself, I can't feel angry, or I have to stop being anxious, you're actually feeding the very feeling you're trying to get rid of. 2. Distraction, the dog that chases you. The other common strategy is distraction. Maybe you go for a walk, or scroll through social media, or binge watch your favorite TV series, hoping to forget your troubles. But have you ever noticed that, while you're trying to focus on something else, your mind keeps circling back to what's bothering you? This is because negative emotions activate large regions of your brain. They hijack your attention, making it almost impossible to truly forget them. And the more you run, the more persistent these emotions become. like a dog that only chases you when you're fleeing. So, if you can't suppress or distract yourself from your emotions, what can you do? Chapter 3. The Path of Acceptance. Embracing your emotions. Here's the paradox. The only way to manage emotions is to accept them. Think of your emotions like a rebellious teenager. The harder you try to force them into submission, the more they resist. Instead, if you approach your emotions with patience, curiosity, and kindness, like you would a friend or a child in distress, they begin to soften. Everyone's emotions have a natural rhythm, a built-in resilience. Some people recover quickly, others need more time, but the healing always comes when we allow ourselves to feel. Positive meditation, training, emotional resilience. One of the most effective ways to practice acceptance is through positive meditation. In the United States, this method is gaining traction, not just as a spiritual practice, but as a practical tool for mental health. Set aside 15 to 30 minutes each day. Whether your emotions are calm or turbulent, sit quietly. Bring your awareness to your body. Notice the rise and fall of your breath, the sensation of your feet on the ground, the way your shoulders relax. Allow your thoughts and emotions to come and go, like clouds drifting across the sky. If you notice yourself caught in a particular thought, I'm a failure, no one likes me, this day is ruined, gently bring your attention back to your body. No judgment, no resistance, just gentle redirection. There are countless American apps and online resources, Headspace, Calm, Insight Timer, that can help you get started. The most important thing is consistency. Don't give up after a few days. Emotional resilience, like any muscle, grows stronger with regular use. Chapter 4. Avoiding stressors when prevention is better than cure. Now, let's talk about stressors. In America, these can be almost anything. An overcrowded subway, a difficult conversation with your boss, an argument with your partner, even a never-ending stream of push notifications on your phone. It's tempting to believe that if you just avoid everything that makes you uncomfortable, you'll be happy. And there's some truth to this. Strategic avoidance is the fastest way to reduce emotional pain. If you know that seeing your ex at a party will ruin your night, it's perfectly reasonable to skip the party. If you're sensitive to negative news, turning off alerts can protect your peace of mind. But there's a crucial distinction. Avoiding stressors isn't the same as avoiding your emotions. You can't run away from feelings, but you can sometimes sidestep the triggers that set them off. The downside of avoidance. Be careful, though. If you avoid too many things, your world shrinks. It's easy to become isolated, a homebody who fears every challenge. The best strategy is to avoid only the most destructive stressors while using minor challenges as opportunities to level up your psychological endurance. Imagine your life as a video game. The big boss battles, like toxic relationships or jobs that destroy your self-worth, are best avoided. But the smaller challenges, a difficult coworker, a slow cashier, a misunderstanding with a friend, can be practice rounds. They help you build the emotional muscles you need to handle life's bigger obstacles. Chapter 5. The Power of Cognition, Changing How You Think Now. We come to the most transformative part of emotional management, changing your cognition. Here's a truth that philosophers and psychologists alike have recognized for centuries. Events themselves don't cause emotions. Your interpretation of events does. Two people can experience the exact same event, say a missed promotion at work, and have wildly different reactions. One might feel devastated, believing they're a failure. The other might shrug it off as a learning opportunity. This difference lies in cognition, your personal beliefs, past experiences, and mental habits. In cognitive psychology, we use the ABC model. A. Activating event. Something happens. B. Belief or cognition. What you think about what happened. C. Consequence. Your emotional response. So, when Emily doesn't get a text back, her belief, he must not like me, triggers sadness or anxiety. When her boss calls her in, her assumption, I'm in trouble, causes panic. Common cognitive distortions. Dr. Aaron Beck and Dr. David Burns, two pioneers in American cognitive therapy, identified 10 common cognitive distortions, mental habits that twist reality and fuel negative emotions. Let's explore a few with examples from daily American life. 1. Black and white thinking, all or nothing. If I don't ace this presentation, I'm a total failure. This ignores all the gray areas in between. 2. Jumping to conclusions. My manager wants to see me. Something bad must have happened. 3. Psychological filtering. You focus only on the negative aspects of a situation, ignoring the positive. Emily gets praise from her coworkers, but obsesses over her boss's frown. 4. Should statements. My partner should always make me happy. The waiter should always be polite. Rigid expectations set us up for constant disappointment. Chapter 6. Story time. Changing your mind. Changing your life. Let me share a story. After his college graduation defense, Alex, a bright engineering student from Seattle, felt completely dejected. His classmates congratulated him, saying he did a great job, but all Alex could think about were the stern faces of his professors. They asked so many questions. Maybe they hated my paper. I probably failed. I must be a loser, he thought. Let's break down what's happening here. Psychological filtering. Alex ignores the positive feedback and focuses only on the perceived negativity. Jumping to conclusions. He assumes that the serious faces mean disaster, with no real evidence. Black and white. Thinking. He believes that unless he gets an A, he's worthless, a complete failure. Revising your cognition. The key to emotional immunity is learning to recognize and revise these distorted thoughts. How do we do it? Here's a simple method. 1. Write it down. When you're upset, take out a piece of paper. Write down what happened, how you feel, and what you're thinking. 2. Find the distortion. Look for the pattern. Is it all or nothing, jumping to conclusions, filtering, or something else? 3. Challenge the thought. Ask yourself, what evidence do I have? Am I ignoring any positives? Is there a gray area I'm missing? 5. Replaced with rational thought. For Alex, this might mean acknowledging the praise, understanding that professors are often serious to help students think deeper, and recognizing that a single grade doesn't define his worth. You may not feel instantly better, but with practice, this rational approach builds emotional immunity, the psychological version of a flu shot. Chapter 7. Bringing it all together. To sum up, managing your emotions is not about suppressing them or running away. It's about accepting emotions as they are, giving yourself the space to feel without judgment, strategically avoiding the biggest stressors while using small challenges to strengthen your psychological willpower, changing your cognition, the way you interpret life's events, to build emotional immunity and resilience. The goal isn't to never feel sad, angry, or anxious again. It's to develop a steadier, more compassionate relationship with yourself and the world around you. If you found this guide helpful, I encourage you to share it with friends, reflect on your own emotional habits, and maybe even start a journal or join a meditation group. Psychology isn't just for the clinic or the classroom. It's for anyone who wants to live a more balanced, meaningful life. Thank you for joining me on this journey of emotional self-discovery. Remember, the art of emotional resilience is a practice, not a destination. Keep going and see you next time.